This is the exact place where I first learned golf.
I've played 100 courses around the world, but never a hole like 8. And next time I come, I have an axe in my bag. The journey of Jain goes back almost now 2 decades.
So before starting the course, what were you doing?
I'm an accidental developer. To do Jain's primary inspiration was not golf.
Any challenges through this journey?
Many moments of those times, survival seemed a difficult prospect. Creating golf courses in India is a hugely challenging affair. Fast forward 20 years, you will have 1 million golfers here. One of the things that we've been very passionate about, like you said, has been women empowerment and lady caddies. You cannot rebuild a course. Course once built is pretty much for life. You've got to build a course that is configurable. Even a day before this thing happened, if you'd asked me what is it that you're going to do in your life, I would say building a golf course is the last thing in mind. Golf and this journey has enriched my life by it.
On the 22nd June 2014, this is the exact place where I first learned golf. And this place, Jain Hills, is very close to my heart. Today on this episode, we have with us Mr. George, the MD of Jain Hills. The story of the perseverance, the hardship and the success of what he has built. Let's hear it straight from him. Let's go what he has to say. Hello George,
Hi,
welcome
Chetan.
to the show.
Hi Chetan, thank you so much. Welcome to Jain Hills.
Thank you so much. I think the place has been only getting better and I'm so glad to actually have you on Golf&Beyond. So how about we actually learn your story while we play a little bit golf?
Sure, I think you know a lot of my story, but happy to talk.
So it's for the viewers who are watching it so that they all want to know the entire story of you and the course and the journey behind it. So I'm sure how much excited I am, I'm sure equally the audiences are. I would love to kind of have a chat with you while we play. How about we hit some shots and
Sure, Chetan. Thank you. Great to be here on this show, and thanks for featuring the Jain Hills story on your show.
Thank you so much. Let's kind of grab the drivers and have a walk.
Yeah, sure. Shot.
It's your turn now.
Yeah.
Beauty. What a shot.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
George, I think let's quickly walk and just have
your
a quick
presence
chat.
is doing good for my shots at least.
Lovely. So George, I believe it's been a long journey since you've started. Tell us, when did this journey of Jain start in your life?
So the journey of Jain goes back almost now 2 decades. 2008 is when we started conceptual work on it. I think we put the first machine to the land in 2009.
Okay.
2012 we opened the front 9 holes of the golf course.
Okay.
And then we hibernated for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was for completing acquisition of the land, various other issues bogged us down, and it was finally after COVID 21 that we were able to earnestly get along with the back 9.
Okay.
And just this April we opened the full 18-hole golf course. It's been a long journey of wait for me and for all the people associated with us.
Lovely.
But but it's been a good place that we are in now. So
what were you doing before starting Jain Hills? 2008.
So I was a banker, bulk
Okay.
of my life.
Uh-huh.
I was at HSBC most of my career.
Okay.
And even a day before this thing happened, if you'd asked me what is it that you're going to do in your life, I would say building a golf course is the last thing in mind. I would think of.
Okay.
So I'm an accidental developer.
Okay. What inspired you as a banker? What made you actually start? Were you playing golf then?
I was playing golf, but definitely not at a level of passion or competence where that was reason enough to change my life.
Okay.
So for me, to do Jain Hills, the primary inspiration was not golf. Of course, golf was a big element, but it was more the community around the golf course that for me was the bigger inspiration.
Okay.
And it's a very personal story. My fondest memories, growing up with my getaways to my grandparental home, which happened to be on the backwaters of Kerala.
Okay.
And every holiday we would get out there and cousins get together and have a whale of a time.
Right.
But what's happened over the years is, if you look at our generation, our parents have moved into the cities. Our kids don't have that experience. And
Right.
for right or wrong, I used to dream that I could give my kids the kind of grandparental experience that I had,
Right.
that kind of a holiday experience. So when we came back from the US, one of the first things, we used to live in the US for some time, and when we came back from the US in 2006, I went and bought a place in Wayanad, thinking this is going to be the grandparental home that I'll create for my kids.
Okay.
We built something very nice there, but very soon we realized that from a practicality perspective, it was just completely wrong.
Okay.
And the kids of today are very different from the context in which they are growing up is very different from the context in which we grew up.
Right.
So Wayanad wasn't exciting for them. And that is when Confident Group, which was a new real estate group at that time, they had this piece of land. Somebody had suggested to them that this land was good for a golf course.
Okay.
And it excited me then. So I helped conceptualize it as a second home community where I, along with a number of my friends, could come here, spend weekends and then possibly retire in one day. And of course, the golf was a great central piece to it. So I helped conceptualize it. I, along with my friends, a number of my friends were the first customers. I offered to Confident that I was leaving HSBC to set up an e-commerce venture of my own. I offered to Confident that I'll handhold it in the early stages. And so that's how this journey began. That was back in...
How large the land parcel is?
So the land overall is 250 acres.
150?
250 acres.
250 acres,
Yeah.
okay.
The course alone occupies approximately 150 acres.
Oh, lovely.
Then we have about, when we're fully done, we'll have about 600 homes around the golf course, a variety of amenities, couple of lovely clubhouses, all kinds of sporting amenities. So my dream is that a kid who lives here, it's the best place to bring up a kid in.
True.
And if a kid is not fortunate enough to be able to live here full time, it's the best place to come back for your holidays and be the grandparental home that I once had, somewhere else.
So 2008 to 2025, has the time been fast enough, or you feel it's been slow? Like, how has it been? Any challenges through this journey? Any one or two challenges that you'd like to share?
I think, it has been a long journey. It has been a huge roller coaster of a ride. And at many moments of those times, survival seemed a difficult prospect.
Okay.
So creating golf courses in India is a hugely challenging affair. Had we known about it at that time, I don't know whether we would have started the journey.
Okay.
So to give you some idea in numbers,
Okay.
My estimate is that since independence, India has created less than 25 new 18-hole golf courses.
That's it? Only less than 25?
That's my estimate. Maybe one or two here, there, is my estimate. Some remodeling and all that may have happened, but
the new 18-hole courses only 25 plus. Okay.
And you compare that with what happens in many other parts of the world. US has approximately 15,000 golf courses.
Okay.
Japan, which started constructing golf courses around the same time that we did, has more than 2,000 golf courses. You look at countries which are more economically and demographically like ours, for example, Indonesia. Jakarta has 55 golf courses in a 1-hour driving distance of Jakarta. So the fact that we've built so many, so few, is reflective of the challenges that are involved in building a course in an Indian context.
But what exactly are those challenges that you think?
Land acquisition is a huge challenge. Aggregating 250 acres of land in and around any place which is approachable for golfers to come in and play,
right,
is a massive challenge. Thankfully for me, Confident owned that aspect and took away that worry from me. But of course, it's been a joint journey, and that has been a very, very difficult aspect.
Right.
Second, once you have that kind of a land, the mindset that, the opportunity cost of this land.
Right.
If you pack this up with houses or commercial buildings, the value of it is far more higher, and probably the journey is a lot easier than doing something like this. Then approvals, the whole mindset. Golf courses are typically built away from population centers.
Right.
For the early years, there's nobody coming and playing golf.
True.
So the motivation, the financial capacity to maintain and manage this till population picks up and till players come in. All of those are big challenges. Expertise to build is pretty limited. Given that we've got only 25 golf courses that we've built in so many years, the expertise is limited. So the challenges are a galore. And for me, I think, and I was a complete fish out of water in this. I came in from a banking background. I have zero architectural experience, zero civil experience. As a golfer, I was a poor golfer. I continue to be a poor golfer. So I don't know what expertise I brought into it. So for me, it has also been just learning along the way, hanging in there, riding out the storms. That has been, and being the mainstay, I would say, in this to keep everything together, it's been a huge challenge.
Correct.
And I would ascribe it to grace of God, divine interventions that we've reached the stage today. But it's a good place, and I'm really happy to be in this space today.
Absolutely. Who's the architect of the golf course?
So the main architect is a person called Ronald Freem, and his associate George Philpott, who has also been very involved, especially in the second phase of the design. We were very lucky with Ron Freem. Ron is now in his 80s. He's an American, and he's a purist golf architect who has been doing this for the last 60 years or so. Built marquee courses around the world. And has been a golf evangelist, and for me in this journey, he's been an inspiration. He's been a mentor, philosopher, and I owe a lot to him. And coming to the back nine, which is again a standout course, I think Ron's health, his age prevented him from coming as frequently, and I think George Philpott took from where he left off and did a fantastic job. We were also fortunate that somebody called Bill Kessner, who's worked with Ron for good 40 years, came here, spent 6-7 years with us, bringing to life what Ron's vision was. So I owe a lot to these three people for the way the course has come up.
Lovely. So I think we should hit our next shot to see what the course, because it's a challenging the whole one. So let's see what we do on the second shot. What a design. I think the architect has put the tree exactly at the right place.
There are
just to create that challenge.
There are 2 trees on this course, one on this and one on the whole 8, which for Ron are defining characters of the course. So
I think
a little bit of sadistic placement, but
8th hole, I think I've lost the most number of golf balls, I believe, whenever I've played in Jain. But I think that's the most beautiful challenge as well, because golf is supposed to be difficult. But did you think of creating a challenging golf course or easy? What was the thought process behind when you
firstly, just to add to what you said about the 8th hole, when we opened the front nine, I remember somebody calling me once on the way back and said, I've played 100 courses around the world, but never a hole like 8. And next time I come, I have an axe in my bag. So, But, so it's been a little bit of a quandary as to what kind of a course we build. Whether we build a resort-style course, which is a feel-good course, or we build a challenging course. And like I said, Ron has been my philosopher, mentor in this. So his belief was that golf in India is still very nascent. The average Indian golfer today is a 30 handicapper. But he said, fast forward 20 years, you will have 1 million golfers here, or hopefully you will have a huge number of golfers here who are near single-digit handicappers. And you cannot rebuild a course. He said a course once built is pretty much for life. You can tweak around with it. So you've got to build a course that is configurable. Build long, build with plenty of tees, build large greens which have got easy pin positions, tough pin positions. So you can configure it to be easy, or you can configure it to challenge people at any level. The course has to grow with the player's caliber. So as the playing population becomes better, you've got to make the course respond to that and make it more challenging and interesting for them. And I think that is what he's brought to life here. So yeah.
But I keep wondering, these greens are so massive, but I still hope, why can I not hit on the green? Like, so greens are big, but I still can't hit. That shows my handicap. Let's see what we do on the next shot.
I know, every time I play, I say I'm very careful about the grass. I try not to damage the fairways. My ball never finds the fairways.
Lovely.
So,
okay, so it's not to damage the greens in
no, that is not the intent. But
just kidding.
My ball is, yeah.
But lovely. I think, where's your shot here? There is. Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
What a shot.
Thank you. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Just a little bit.
For all the viewers, tell us 3 life lessons that you've learned from the game of golf that you've implemented in your life.
So I'll talk a little bit maybe about both game of golf as well as my journey in creating this.
Yeah.
I think with golf, I think one is equanimity. As all of us know, every game of golf, I mean, this hole has been a reasonably good hole. Mm-hmm. But as every round has it, there will be the highs and there will be the lows. And for me, and that happens in life as well. Equanimity, not to get carried away by your highs and not to get too depressed by your lows.
Right.
That is one of the big things, for me to stay calm, to not to get excited and stick to what you're staying to do. Is something that I think golf has reinforced for me. Mm-hmm. Second, Ron has a great saying: a poor golfer with a big ego deserves no mercy. So okay. I find it in golf. I find I'm a poor golfer, and I find it very difficult to change that. But I'm work on my ego and try to see that get rid of my ego. And that is something to do in golf as well as I try to do in life as well.
Right.
The other thing in this journey, I think possibly my biggest contribution to getting to this point, to everybody else who's been involved with it, is just being hanging in there.
Right.
Keep
the ball in play is what.
Keep the ball in play, just hang in there, persevere, because it has tested the limits and perseverance and abilities, patience, our strengths, everything. And during those times to stay in there and to say that this is what we set out to do and it will happen, to keep faith. And for me, keeping faith, from this journey, I've carried the strength of faith into my life as well. And I'll tell you that some other time.
Right.
But those have been a very powerful learning for me from this journey, which I think I've taken back into life as well. When we hit roadblocks, things have taught me to keep faith. And in this journey, in life, in personal challenges, all of those, so those are some of the things that I think, golf and this journey has enriched my life by.
Right. So as Golf&Beyond, what's your beyond? Apart from golf, what is it that you do normally on your free time?
You ask my wife that and she'll tell you nothing. And I think it is true. I think this journey has meant a lot of sacrifices. Okay. Through the growing up years of the kids, I had much less time to spend with them, and this consumed me as an individual, and I think carried it into the family. Somebody used to joke that that I've called the term championry for Jain Hills more than I've called my kids' names in my life. Okay. So it has been an all-consuming journey, mm-hmm. And for several years it has been that, but we've come to a good state now where a lot of the stresses are behind us. The 18-hole opening was a big milestone.
Right.
So we're trying to pick up spend more time with the kids, have more time between Ritu, my wife, and I. I enjoy badminton, so we started playing badminton, a lot more here, and there's good badminton group here.
Lovely. I think it's in the new clubhouse.
New clubhouse. We can go and see it sometime if you haven't seen
We'll
it.
just go there and kind of know a bit more about the journey.
Sure, we'll do that.
You're saying
and
something.
Golf as well. I mean, for several years during this, my golfing had reduced to maybe a couple of times a year.
Okay.
But now I'm beginning to again play once a week or as much opportunity as I have. So that's good. So those are the things that I'd like to do outside of work. Get back to a little bit more of reading.
Okay.
And do a lot more work for the community around here.
So what's the community size right now?
So we've got about 60 families that live here pretty much full time. We've also got a golf academy where we have about 50 kids who have made golfing or becoming golf champions their life's objective. They live here as well. Right. So it's a nice community. The kids add a lot of energy. We will have about 600 homes and 250 acres, 60 families can be lost in here.
Right.
So we need more people, and I think we'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all are looking for bright spaces, green spaces. I feel the AQI index is going to 500 at certain places. I think what better than a greenery like
6
this?
to 20.
Yeah.
6 to 20 is AQI here, and just can't tell you how thankful we are all for that.
Absolutely. I think when we set out to create a golf course, people often feel the void of not having a commercial space. But believe me, at the long term, the green spaces that golf courses are creating is priceless. So
absolutely,
brilliant.
A course. Somebody told me that a course golf course produces oxygen enough for 8,000 people. Wow. At our peak, I think we'll have about 1,500 to 2,000 people living here. Nice. So in today's world where air is becoming a precious commodity, we have a lot more than our share.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your team, and I believe there's something that I've heard about the Lady Caddies as well. Yeah.
So when we came here, one of the things that we felt strongly about was that we are an alien presence in this place. In Kolar, we are an alien presence, and this is a rural, agricultural community. I would say maybe even a little bit economically less developed than many other parts of the urban parts of where we all come from. So we felt a sense of responsibility to this place. We wanted to make sure that we carried the community with us, that 20 years from now, people would look back and say Jain Hills is the best thing that happened to this place.
Right.
And so to that extent, our team, I would say 90% of our team are all from the local area. We have people, and one of the things that we've been very passionate about, like you said, has been women empowerment and lady caddies. I'd like to introduce Lalitamma. Lalitamma has been with us for near on 15 years plus now, and she came in here. She's from one of the villages nearby, and she does maintenance work during the weekdays. And when there is a caddying need, she does she caddies. She comes out on weekends, even though that's a day off. She comes to caddy, drives a golf cart, and it's a huge sense of, I think, self-esteem, rising of the self-esteem for all of them, and they really enjoy it. Lalitamma, you want to say something?
ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೀರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ.
ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತಿದ್ರಾ?
Yeah, they're shy, but but it's been I think it has been a great journey for us as well. I think we're the first course in the country to have lady caddies, and that's something that we intend to continue. We want the community to grow with us, and as the place matures, I mean, for many years it has been a case of you wearing your oxygen mask first before putting on your neighbors. But we are coming out of that stage, and I'm hoping that over the coming years, we will work together with the community to really, drive development of the people of the place around. Our homeowners are also a community that are all. Life has been kind to all of us, and most of them are also in a mindset and state of capability where they want to give back. And I'm hoping that is something that we will grow with the community together here.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನಮಗೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank
So
you.
lovely. This is a great initiative, George. So I'm sure there's so much more to hear from you. Can we head to the clubhouse and
Yeah,
get
sure.
the gist of it?
We'll do that. Yeah.
So George, tell us a little bit about your golfing experience. Like you've not been playing as much, or you're playing enough golf?
I've started playing back again for about 2-3 years in between. I was like annual player.
Okay.
Once a year player. But a few months ago we started hosting some of the big tournaments. Once the 18 holes were open, that took a lot of pressure off me.
Right.
And we hosted the WGA tournament, the PGTI Pro-Am. We did a couple more Pro-Ams, and so those ones motivated me to get back into playing. So these days I play a little bit more often, maybe 9 holes once or twice a week.
Okay.
Which is,
But I'm certainly sure that European Tour, some challenge tour is going to come here. What do you think about that?
So the PGTI tournament went off really well. The players were, I think it had one of the most challenging scores in PGTI history.
Okay.
The winning score was 9 under as compared to 30 under and all in many other places.
Right.
But the players really enjoyed it.
Right.
And the feedback was that this is playing like European conditions, and this is a fantastic course. So PGTI has stated an intent to bring a European Tour or a Challenge Tour event here.
Right.
I mean, we'd love to have that happen. Let's see.
So how does it feel, like someone who started 2008? Did you even envision something like this coming true in reality? How does this turn out to be today? Like, what do you feel about this whole experience?
So I think the elements of the vision that we set out to do, golf course, the homes around it, the kind of lifestyle and amenities that we would create, the nature of the community that we would build. Thankfully for us, despite all of the challenges we went through,
Okay.
I would say that we've not had to dilute the vision at all. Thankfully, and by God's grace, if anything, we've the way it is coming up exceeds the vision that we dared to set out many years ago. Also, I think the context of the time in which this is coming to life now, in my opinion, this is more relevant now than it was, in those days. I mean, COVID changed the way people think about where they live, how they work, value for open spaces. All of that has significantly enhanced the value of such a place today.
True.
And thankfully for us, like I said, the vision, we've not had to dilute the vision. I can only ascribe it to God's grace, not my capability or human doing.
Lovely. It's an honor to actually be here. Let's just hear your story a little bit more.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about the vision that you have for Jain Hills going forward.
So when we started, we put a stake in the ground, not knowing what it took to achieve it, saying that we wanted to become one of the best golf destinations in the country. I think today we've reached this point where I can dare to hope that when people talk about the best courses in the country, Jain Hills will feature in that list.
Right.
We are still work in progress, and over the coming years or coming months, I want to try and improve our operational finesse, make this truly an enjoyable place for people to learn to play golf. Make it one of the most enjoyable golf destinations. It's also very important for us to create golfers. I mean, you started your golf journey here.
Yes.
You are, of course, an exceptional case where you become a single-digit handicap in 0 to 100 in no time.
Yeah.
But but we just want to introduce a lot of people to this wonderful game of golf.
Right.
Golf, unfortunately, especially in India, has a very high perceived entry barrier. It's such a forbidding walls around it. People seem to think it has. So we want to break down those walls, make it more warm, welcoming. To walk into this place, pick up a club, try it out, fall in love with the game, and so that's something that we want to do. Create a lot of golfers.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the community. I think for me, becoming a very integral part of this community outside. Seeing this community prosper and jointly prospering with that community is a very important part of that journey to live harmoniously in this place. Golf is only one element of this place. For me, like I said, the inspiration was to create a community around the golf course. So for me to see 600 happy families here living a wonderful life, sustainability is a big thing today. So in a very sustainable, with a sustainable value system, seeing kids grow here, grandkids come and visit, have people having a whale of a time, is a dream that I think is slowly coming true, and that's something that I hope to see to fruition.
It will surely happen. I think your hard work has already been sowed. I'm sure the future is bright. Tell us a little bit about the golfing industry in India. Where do you think the golfing industry is headed in terms of the overall golf in India?
See, India has the oldest history of golf in the world outside of the UK.
True.
BGC, I think,
150
is
years.
debatably the oldest course in the world outside UK in its original location. But unfortunately, the game has not grown as it has in many other countries, which probably started the journey even after us.
Right.
And I don't know what comes first. Is it more courses or more golfers?
Right.
We have lagged behind on both. We've got very few golf courses, relative to the size of our country and size of our population, and we have a very few number of golfers as well.
Right.
I hope that will change. I hope we will produce scores of people, and I think courses coming up are important to feed that journey. I like to talk about the example of KGA. When KGA started, I think 40-45 years ago, there are enough people we know who lived in Jainagar and said, I don't play golf, or Domlur kitna dur hai, kaun jayega udhar khelne ke liye? But in 40 years, you look at the number of golfers that KGA has produced in Bangalore, and you see the situation in KGA. You're literally, standing all night to get a chance to play 1 week later. So that is a typical example of where courses have created more golfers.
Right.
And they feed off each other.
Right.
And I hope that is something that will happen in India. I think the challenge of creating a course in India is tremendous.
Yeah.
And I believe that the growth of golf in India will come in tier 2 cities.
Okay.
In and around tier 1 cities, land has just become far too expensive that it is almost impossible economically to build a viable course.
Right.
There may be exceptions, but I think it is difficult. Tier 2 cities, 20-25 kilometers from the cities, people still consider it far away. There are single families or small groups of families that have large holdings, land holdings, so it is easier to aggregate and build. And we know today infrastructure development in India is happening very quickly. So 20-25 kilometers is not a big distance in the coming years. So personally, I think that's where golf will grow in India. But wherever it is, I do hope golf will grow big.
Right, absolutely. So for all the viewers watching, I'm sure there are a lot of people who want to learn golf, or golf is very new to them. What's that suggestion you would like to give as being the owner of Jain Hills? Like anything that you think, a message for all the audience who are non-golfers?
I think anybody who's played golf a few times needs no advocation, no selling about the golf. They're addicted to it. And, for non-golfers, I think there are a number of inhibitants. I mean, first, it's not a spectator sport. So unless you pick up the club and see that first shot, see a shot that without effort sails into the air, it is very difficult to understand why people play golf.
So it's important that you give it a try.
Yes.
Come to Jain Hills.
Come to Jain, come wherever. I think pick up the club and make a go. People think that it's an old man's game. People think it is a rich man's game. People think I make a fool of myself if I don't know how to hit. Break out of all of those inhibitions. All of us make fools of ourselves on the golf course. But it is just a fantastic game. You don't have to be great at the game to enjoy it. You don't have to be great at the game to compete with somebody else who is good at the game, and you can carry it, into the sunset stages of your life with your best friends, breathing great air. So don't leave it for too late. Pick up the golf club now.
Lovely. So let me quickly ask you a few questions that I have in mind because as a golf course owner, right, which has been your favorite golf course outside of India?
Last year, I had the opportunity to play at the Houston Golf Club a week before the Live tournament was hosted there.
Okay.
The course was in great shape, and really enjoyed that time. It's also a lot to do with the company you play with as well. So, that was very good. Yeah, I think.
Any golf course apart from Jain Hills in India that you have always loved the most, like something that you feel is
So every time I step onto a golf course, I'm so thankful for the blessing that one has to be able to enjoy that environment and play this game. Any course is great. KGA is a great course, but I do think that particularly from a Bangalorean context, we have Golfshire is a phenomenal playing experience. The course is nice, and I think the overall experience is just absolutely world class.
right.
It's aspirational for me, in terms of improving our own journey and experience here that we can give golfers.
Lovely. So thank you so much for all the honest answer and your time because it means a lot. So one word, if you have to tell Golf and Beyond, what's that message that you'd like to give to the audience watching?
I'm thankful to be in the place that we are in today.
Lovely. Thank you so much, George. It was really nice to actually have you on a show.
Thank you,
We
Chetan.
look forward to more memories and experiences here. And I hope I play scratch golf sometime in Jain Hills. Now with 18 hole, I'm not too sure, but I'll work hard on that.
No, you're a great golfer. Like I said, it's been 0 to 100 in no time. I'm sure you will be breaking a course record.
Lovely. Thank you so much, guys. Look forward.